What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Saturnalia Temple, entitled To the Other. This is released on Listenable Records, the Ajna Offensive. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Stockholm, Sweden, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, occult style of stoner doom metal. Yeah. This is one of those doom metal bands that doesn't try to fit in with any sort of crowd. They have their own unique and distinctive blend of stoner doom metal, but they do so in a very traditional sort of manner. Of course, you have bands that try to emulate and capture the sound of bands like early Black Sabbath or Electric Wizard, but Saturnalia Temple are a solid band in their own right and have been ever since their earlier 2000s inceptions. From their Your demo in 2007 to a split that they did with Nightbringer and Nihil Nocturne and Aluk Tolodo, to their 2011 debut Ion of Drakon. Just some really solid doom metal, really natural sounding music, great riffs, awesome vocals, just a great delivery and a great package from this band. And of course a pretty solid EP called Impossibilium in 2013. Just a really solid EP release. Now, Saturnalia Temple have returned with a sophomoric effort entitled To the Other. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 48 minutes in length, and pretty much this continues on in the path that they've been going on ever since their earlier releases. But things seem to be a lot more tight-knit and natural sounding this time around, from the production to the music to the overall presentation. To the Other is definitely the sound that Saturnalia Temple are definitely making themselves known with within the worlds of doom metal. And of course, as to be expected from a band like this, you can't have a Saturnalia Temple release without some very crushing and distorted riffs. I mean, just the toning of everything, the delivery, the presentation, it just sounds so phenomenal. From the minute you hear songs like Zazzle Sorath to Snow of Reason, just some really good, deep riff work going on here. Definitely capturing the essence of doom metal with its sound, its delivery, and presentation. I love the riff work. I love the heaviness. Definitely a doom metal record kind of style when it comes to the guitar riffs. I definitely love the way that they're played here, and the bass tone is very smooth too, very audible, very loud and clear. Definitely appropriate for this music style. I definitely love the way that it sounds. Even when it comes to the more methodical and lengthier tracks of this album, you definitely can tell that there is a heavy emphasis on songwriting capabilities being presented here when it comes to the longer songs and songwriting. I think it's really great. When it comes to the drums, I believe they got Tim from the band Aldebaran and bands like Aldebaran and Sempiternal Dusk. Really incredible drummer for this music style, and I think he is a very awesome fit to play drums on this record. Definitely a very natural sounding drum performance, from the kick to the snare. It really has a great punch, and I love his drum delivery. Just a very traditional kind of drum performance. The way he handles himself is very A-class, and I definitely love his drum performance here. It definitely keeps the listener at attention. When it, once again, referring to the lengthier tracks like the title track and Black Sea of Power, just some really awesome drum performance work going on there from him. Definitely a natural vibe to it, and I love how it's presented. And when it comes to the vocals, I'm definitely loving this vocal style. Very good growl this guy has. I definitely love his vocal delivery and presence. There's a little bit of a reverb sort of quality when it comes to the vocals. You hear a bit of an echo every now and then and again, but yet his natural voice comes into play very often throughout the entirety of this release. I definitely think his vocals are definitely something to enjoy and behold here, and definitely makes makes that much more of a difference when you listen to it. He definitely has a very commanding presence with his growls, and especially when it comes to the more reverb sort of effects. I think it's really great. So overall, if you're a fan of stoner doom metal, and if you're a fan of what this band has put out previously, I think you're going to enjoy To the Other a great deal. Definitely one of the better doom releases to come out within this year, and definitely a sign of greater doom metal albums, more great doom metal albums to come before then and after. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say To the Other, March of Agashbla, sorry if I mispronounced that, Black Sea of Power, and the closing track, Void. Some really great riff work and songwriting going on with those songs. So I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the Listenable Records Bandcamp, where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is available physically through both Listenable Records and the Ajna Offensive. I will link you to both respective stores so you can purchase physical copies. I believe it is available in a digipack CD, and Listenable will be putting out the vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. So keep an ear and eye out in case any of you analog fiends happen to be interested. So again, the album is To the Other by Saturnalia Temple. This is released on Listenable Records, the Ajna Offensive. Definitely check this out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Very sturdy and hardworking stoner doom from probably one of the best newer bands to represent that sort of style. So support Saturnalia Temple. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.